When I first landed in the UK, I thought I knew what to expect, but trust me, there were things nobody warned me about, and that's exactly what I'll be sharing in this video. So let's get into the video. Hello my people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Franca, and in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys 7 things I wish I knew before packing on my bags and then moving to the UK. These are things, some of these things I actually knew them back home, but I didn't know how intense they were. And I'm going to be sharing them in this video so that if you're thinking of, moving to the UK, you're planning to jackpot to the UK, you learn 1 or 2 and things to expect, and then prepare yourself before packing those bags and getting on the flights to the UK. So let's get right in. So if this topic interests you by any chance, sit back, relax, and possibly take a cup of tea, a cup of coffee. Let's have this gist together, because I'm going to gist with you guys. Things that my eyes have seen in this UK. My mouth cannot say it all, seriously, because I thought I was a fast learner, but UK actually humbled me. I thought I could do, how we back home, we are, like to do things fast. So I came here, and the whole environment, everything, the people in it, the system, everything actually humbled me. And I'll be sharing just 7 things. Trust me, there's so many things I wish I knew, but I just have to sieve, them into 7 important things I wish I knew before coming to the UK. So, like I said, if this topic interests you, sit back and get on this journey or this ride with me. Okay? The hard truth is that everything is going to be hard at first. From the first day you learn, you realize that you're an entirely different world. Simple things like finding your way to the bus station will be so overwhelming for you. Google Map will become your friends or become your best buddy at this point when you're struggling with finding your way to the bus station or to the train station, or even finding your way to, if you're a student, you came to the UK, finding your way to school, finding your way to your place of work and all of that. And culture shock. You realize that people don't greet people here randomly. You're just on your own. You say hello to people and they hardly respond and all. Don't take it personal, because it's one of the culture shock you're going to face when you get here to the UK. Everyone here minds their business. In the first few months, first few weeks, and even most of your years here in the UK, you're going to realize that people mind their businesses here. Some days you feel you're very invincible, So when you realize, those kind of culture shock, just know that you're not alone. So many persons that migrated to the UK have probably gone through that part, and you're just finding your footing. You're just trying to find yourself. You're just trying to, acclimatize yourself with everything that's happening in the UK. And housing too can be a very big struggle. Now, back home, if you have the money, getting a house is not going to be difficult at all. But here in the UK, it's really a struggle. Personally, it was really a struggle for me, because I don't know if anybody has ever experienced this kind of thing in the UK. It was depressing for me. I did 16 house viewing. 16 house viewing. Who does that? 16 house viewing. And I was called to get the 15th house I viewed. And imagine and it's really a hustle. You go online, you search for these houses, you fill some form online, and sometimes you fill all these forms, you don't even get picked. You understand what I mean? You don't get picked. Before I came to the UK, I usually hear stories. I read stories online, how people write about how it is difficult to get houses here in the UK, or to even rent a house in the UK. I did not quite understand what it was all about until I experienced it firsthand. God, it was depressing. The rejection. When you're applying for a job and you get that, oh, I'm so sorry, the landlord did not pick you. I'm so sorry, the landlord did not do this. I'm so sorry. Those unfortunate emails you get. That was how hard piercing and hard wrenching, difficult it was actually. And you will need references or referencing. You will need work checks. Your employer will need to send a form to your employer for them to fill the form for you and and send back to them. And it will look like survival of the fittest. Imagine you're going to view a house and you're like, how many viewing a house? At the end of the day, you don't get to view the house. So I don't want to share all my experience about house viewing, because it was really traumatizing. But I'm glad at the end of the day, I was able to get where I'm staying right now. Another culture shock again you're going to face here in the UK, that's going to make your first few months or your first few weeks or years very difficult here. Now, I'm from Africa, of course, and back home we speak English, But when you get here, you realize that what you speak is entirely different from what you be hearing here. You're going to find yourself struggling with understanding the British accent. You're going to find yourself understanding the Scottish accent, Irish accent, and all of that. And I'm a nurse and I work in a hospital. And in fact, that was one thing that really made me panic in the hospital, because of course I get to communicate with my patients. I get to, first of all, understand what they want or what they need before I could, give that nursing care. And it was really a struggle. It was a struggle. I will not lie. It was really a struggle. So if you're coming to the UK, just realize that, or just understand that it is normal for you to struggle, but just give yourself time. Give yourself time. Before they even start saying anything, you realize that you understand what they're saying. Sometimes there are tics and mannerism. Even if you don't understand what they're saying, their expressions will give you that clue that this is what the person is trying to, explain, or what the person is trying to say. So don't be too hard on yourself when you experience this. And emotionally, there are days you will feel homesick. Now, when you're packing your bags and leaving your home country to the UK, you'll be very excited. I was excited, I was happy and all. But once you get here, the first few days, that excitement is still there. But as the day goes by, it gradually disappears. You're going to feel homesick. You're going to miss friends. You miss food. You miss that, that's communal living. You're going to miss it. You feel depressed. You will question yourself if you made the right decision coming to the UK. Yes, trust me. There are days you're going to question yourself. You're going to question your decision. Was it really the right thing to do coming here in the first place? But here is one thing I want you to remember. If there's anything you're going to take out of this video, the first few months is going to be very hard and tough. But trust me, it gets better with time. It does get better with time. You'll feel lost, but gradually you find ways to adjust, and you also find yourself navigating or fitting into the system, and also try your best to connect with members of your community. If you're from Kenya, you're from Zimbabwe, you're from Namibia, you're from Nigeria, try as much as you can to connect with fellow countrymen back home here in the UK, because they're going to help you navigate through this period seamlessly. So number 2 thing that I wish I knew before coming to the UK is the job market. Oh my God, the job market is saturated. It is. I was one of the lucky few that got jobs back home before coming to the UK. But for people who are coming through the study route or any other route, the job market is difficult. It's really, really saturated. You realize that finding a job will be very hard. Very, very hard. And if anybody watching this video that has gone through that process of unfortunate meals, you understand what I mean. It's very, very difficult trying to get jobs in the UK. And don't mind all what you see online, or what you hear online and all of that. It's very, very pertinent that you prepare yourself emotionally, physically, and at the end of the day, prepare yourself financially. Because if you're a student coming here through the student routes and you have few hours to work and earn a living, and you think you're going to get a job fast when you get here, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Maybe one of the lucky few that might get a week, 2 weeks after you've come here to the UK or you've landed in the UK. But some people, it takes them months. And we also realize that the first job you're going to get is not going to be your ideal job. You're going to start somewhere before you get to where you want to go to. Again, back home, there's always this factor of this connection factor. Who know who? I know somebody that are going to help you get to a job. If you have upper hand there, it's a possibility of you getting a job. But it's not like that in the UK. It is not like that here. It's all about what you know, how you can present yourself, what you can bring to the table, and what skills do you have that can put you out there. That's what it's all about here in the UK. What qualifications do you have too matters. And even if you have years of experience, you have these qualifications, when you get to UK, like I said, you're going to start small and then upskill. That's how it is done. And another thing is that UK employers, they value local experience. You even find yourself volunteering just to get that first foot at the door. So don't be discouraged when you struggle with getting a job, because the job market is really, really saturated. It is saturated. When I mean by local experience, it's not as if with your experience back home, you're not going to get, those first degree kind of jobs. You can, if you're lucky. Don't get me wrong. It's not as if your skill is not good, but you just want to see how you embrace the work culture here, see how you get on with what they do here, because they understand that what we do back home is quite different from what we do here. So you're going to have to start small and then grow. And don't forget work-life balance. Unlike back home where you work for hours without question and all of that. But here in the UK, work hours are very structured, and there's this very strong focus when it comes to health and safety, in the workplace. So if you're in the healthcare you're into tech, you're into all those handy kind of job, plumbing, driving, and all, they are actually opportunities for people in that area. And it can also be competitive too, but you're certain that you're going to get, a job for yourself. So come with an open mind, be willing to learn, and don't ever be discouraged. Don't be discouraged at all. Don't be at all. It is part of the journey. It is, because aside coming to the UK, anybody moving to any other country, it's part of the journey. You understand? Whatever you see at the beginning is part of it. Don't be discouraged at all. So let's get into number 3. And number 3 is monthly bills. It's serious business here. Now, before I came, I knew that you pay bills monthly, but I didn't know how serious it was, or how serious it is, or how, landlords and the companies that take these bills from, direct debit, how serious it can be. And it's more or less like you working for them, if you ask me. But if you put one-on-one together, with time, you get to find your footing. So monthly bill is serious business. It is serious business. The only thing I feel that you don't pay for here in the UK is the air you breathe. Yes, it's the air you take in through your nose. Everything you pay for. You pay for the house you're living monthly. You pay for energy and gas. You pay for your Wi-Fi. You pay for what else? You pay for road tax. You pay for car insurance. The list, trust me, is endless. Back home, what we do as house rent is we pay yearly, and you don't worry yourself after 12 months, that you're going to pay the next. Some people, it takes them 2 years, they pay for every 2 years, and they just rest for that 2 years and all. But here in the UK, just have it at the back of your mind that your rent is monthly, and they come every month, whether you prepare yourself or not. And they can come at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month, depending on how you want to be paying your bills. And there's this thing about the UK, they don't joke with their bills. They do not joke with their bills. I've said this before, they don't joke with their bills. So whatever job you're getting and you're earning monthly, it's very important that you prepare yourself on how to manage your finance, so you don't get stranded here, or trying to call people back home to support you financially and all of that. Because when you leave your home country to the UK, there's this feeling like, oh, I have somebody abroad, I have somebody in the UK that's going to help me with this financially. Then imagine you here calling people back home to support you financially. So if you're here, try as much as you can to manage yourself financially. Manage whatever that comes in monthly, calculate whatever that is going out from your savings, or whatever is going out from your account monthly for all the bills, and just do the maths. I'm not a financial expert, but you should have this at the back of your mind so that you don't make mistakes, you don't run around trying to get loans, you don't run around trying to owe people and all. So budgeting becomes your best buddy. Budgeting becomes your friend. And if you don't pay, on time, it could affect so many things. You could face penalties, and also it could affect if you're building your credit score, it could also affect your credit score. You don't want to have bad credits. You want to be having good credits, because there are benefits in you building your credit score. So a typical bill could be in the month, depending on where you live here in the UK, because there are some areas that are quite expensive and there are areas that are quite very cheap. It could be from between 800 to 1,200, depending on the number of house or room you get. And council tax could be between £150 to £250. Internet could be between £30 to £50. So, and every other thing, electricity and gas could be, it depends on how you use the electricity and how you use the gas. So it's important that you budget every month for all of these things, because that's actually what makes life very easy and sweet here in the UK, because light is ongoing, it's 247. So you need to pay for these lights. You cook every day, you need to pay for it. You understand? And internet is life, you need to pay for it. So just prepare yourself. That's what I'm trying to say in this number 3. Monthly bill is serious business. So let's get into number 4. So number 4 is your financial growth. It's going to test you. Your financial growth will just be crawling like a snail. Like before I came to the UK, I had this mindset like, I'm coming here to make so much money. Oh my God. In 2-3 months, I'm going to be a millionaire back home. I'm going to be a billionaire back home. I was just there fanning myself. But when I got here, the reality hits me. I knew that, this is not what it is. So all those things you hear on the internet, people come out to say and all of that, that's not how it is here. So if you're coming and you've made a very long list, I'm coming the next 5 months, I'm going to build a mansion back home. The next 3 months, I'm going to buy a Ferrari back home. Just pause, because that's not how it's going to be in the first few months, because your financial growth is going to come. It's very, very slow. I first arrived thinking that I'm earning in pounds and doing the conversion in my home country, my account will be dancing. You know that kind of feeling? Oh, my account will be dancing in big billions and millions. But it's not like that. It's not like that. So just know that your financial growth is going to be very slow. It happens. It's normal. It's very, very normal. So don't put so much pressure on yourself. Just when you come, have that mindset of just relaxing, take a deep breath and allow everything that's going on at that point, just soak into all the things that are happening and find ways to see how you can navigate them without going into deep depression. I said deep depression because out of 100% of people that move to the UK, a very good percentage of them, go into depression because it's quite lonely here. It is lonely here. And if your focus was to come here and make money and you don't make the money in the first few months or the first few years, there is this, this self-doubt and you doubting yourself and saying, oh, I don't think it was the right decision you made and all of that. Like I said in the previous points, that most of the money you'll be making, you'll be going into rent, you'll be going into other things and all. And it continues like that every month. Every month it continues like that until you understand how to manage your budget, how to save up after you've paid all your bills, what you need to send back home, what you need to keep in your account and all of that. So it's going to be slow. It's going to be slow. And sometimes it's usually advisable to, start small, stay in a place that is affordable. If it's possible, stay in a shared apartment if you're not married with kids. But if you're married with kids, it's very important that you start in an environment that is really affordable, that affords you the opportunity to save and all. But if, like me, I got a job from my home country before I came here, and maybe you came here to a place where it's quite expensive, it's important that you plan ahead to move to a very affordable city or affordable area where you could be able to save up more. Because for some of us, aside from career growth, money brought us here. To make money brought us here. So we don't want to spend this so much every month and you don't keep anything for yourself. So even if I said, even when I said financial growth is slow, but it is very, very sure. You're sure of making that money at the end of the day. Just for you to be smart in your spending. Go to budget-friendly supermarkets, Lidl. There's so many of them here. And don't come and be doing big boy, big girl kind of vibe here. Oh, I landed the UK, I need to buy clean clothes, take pictures, and prepare people back home. No, that's not what it's all about. When you're here, just focus more on yourself, focus more on your finance, and like I said, it gets better with time. So from the title of my video, you realize that this is like a part 1 of the 7 things I wish I knew before moving to the UK. Because if you've been following through from my first video and the second video, and this is my 3rd video, you realize that I don't like making my videos too long and too boring. I just like going straight to the point. So in the part 2 of 7 things I wish I knew before coming to the UK, I'll be dropping the conclusion of these gists. And in the meantime, if you found this video very helpful, like, comment, share, and also turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And one more thing, subscribe to my channel. And if you do that, you will be the first few persons that are going to get that notification when I drop videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Now, what's in this video? If you're moving to the UK or you're already in the UK, you're in the first few months in the UK and you're struggling, just realize that it's normal. Planning to move to the UK or you're in the UK, please don't forget that the first few months is going to be tough. I've been saying it from the beginning of this video. It's going to be tough. But with the right mindset, with the right preparation, you're going to survive. I survived, so you're going to survive. So don't watch this video alone. Share the video with somebody else. And till I see you guys next time, I see you in my next video. You have a wonderful day, have a wonderful time. And thank you for watching. Bye. Love you guys.